icon, but be very careful when he's level 6 or post-level 6 because Smeb is definitely a guy that might get double kills in that.
Well, let's see what happens to get ourselves into this game. Vote for who you think's going to win this one. Hashtag ROX win, hashtag ANX win for which squad you think's going to come out victorious here. Tournament favorites, Rox Tigers, their first game of the World Championship as we load ourselves onto the Rift here in San Francisco. And let's see who's going to join CLG at 1-0 to top the group.
I like how you had to squeeze that in.
Just saying.
Of course. It is
I always
true,
bring up the storylines. You guys are the smart players who talk about the champions and how well they play in the comps. I'm going to talk about the players and how they're doing.
Let's talk about these icons they're spamming now because, CLG, boom, all at the same time. Very coordinated there at the end of the game. But Rox already showing a little bit of...
There's a worrying trend for sure early on. We're only day 1 now. Game 2, obviously. The tournament favorites, as you said, Freak, against Albus here team. We don't really expect to do a whole lot against the Rox Tigers, but it's when you don't expect it, there could be some crazy things happening in the early game. There are 4 members down the bottom lane, sending in support on some crazy mission, trying to see, can he maybe bait Gorilla to take a trade? Will they try and hit him? Because the rest of the members were actually hiding behind Liquid here. They didn't show early on. No one decided to overstep, though, on the side of Rox Tigers.
So not too much aggressive so far. We do have a Krugs ward in from Rox Tigers on the top side, so they can probably track where the Albus Nox jungler does start. No similar deep wards, though, from Albus Nox, so it actually is a early game advantage vision-wise for the Koreans here of Rox Tigers. And those small advantages can mean quite a lot when you are able to figure out what your opponents are doing early on in the game.
And we're going to see this a lot in this meta here, where level 1 teams are like grouping
into the brush, even though there's a ward that goes down, completely safe, no threat of invading. They do spot out where he is, though, so Peanut takes that information, goes for the first camp steal of the game.
Exactly, really smart play. Kuro shoves up, as you mentioned, puts the ward down. Now they can track PvP Stejos, who comes in late to the fight, but still, Peanut's not liking this battle. Look at the damage output. He's almost dead. This is going to be first blood. Exhaust comes in. Suddenly, Kuro's here, and Smeb has already rotated down as well. Smurf's got to show up soon. The flash to get away. Peanut still gets control over the Raptors, and I think Rox actually came out ahead here.
Well, yeah, Smurf is the...
This is the taunt, goes back for the trade again. Stejos looking for to get in more damage, and he might bring him down. Smeb flashes, gets away from the buckshot. But here comes Peanut over the wall, looking to find this time, gets it now. The taunt's not going to mean much, and gets himself first blood, and here's the chase. Jumps over the wall, good repel. The taunt's going to land into Kuro, though. How much more do they have?
He's
Trying to put the last little bit in, and it's 2 kills for Albus Nox.
Talk about being ready to react to any situation. You can track PvP Stejos on Graves, but Elise at half health cannot take that fight, and Peanut got blasted there. Oh my goodness, 2 kills starting it out here for Albus Nox Luna.
Such a greedy invade here from the Rox Tigers, and Peanut walking in, and then he just finds the Graves in his own jungle, able to proc that Q on the wall very quickly. Win that.
Smurf also to get that Q pass through for the extra slow, just to make sure nobody's going to get away, and let's see how they can snowball this.
Looking for the gank. Can they find much? Stejos gets away from the bubble. Bit of a slow on the Gorilla. Will not land the root, though. Miracle's going to miss that shot. Bit of damage coming through. Ignite is on. Prey running out of HP. Last shot's a crit. He's got a flash early. That could have been a kill if Miracle landed it. But here comes Rox. Coming down. Good bubble on a Liquid. He's not in a good spot at all. Here comes the Repel trying to join in, but he's not going to land the Cocoon. Peanut's not going to get it. The chase into the turret. Kuro, the turret shot. It's going to be a trade kill. 1-for-1 for the roam.
Kira needs to push mid lane now because he was left there and he started to roam really, really late. He needs to shove that minion wave in, try and punish Rox for that roam. And it was very good. They were able to get that counter kill there. Rox, definitely a little bit of a fumble here in the early game.
But they're so aggressive as well. Like, you see Kuro just leaving. Yeah, let's remember that Kiro was just sitting mid lane. Smurf taking some damage. Again, it's not really the funniest lane to play Shen in. Hard to trade with the Rumble, but here's his jungler.
Taunt's not going to be it for now, but he's going to ult to get into range. They really want to pick off Smeb. The taunt's going to get him second. Not quite into the turret just yet. A Miracle going to get stunned up, and look at all the damage output. There's no chance to turn it around off the smallest of windows with Liquid. Just not in range. A great dive and a great kill for Rox Tigers.
Yeah, and here we got to question the decision to go top lane and gank. Rumble was full HP. Shen was not really able to do a whole lot. A gank in the bottom lane from Peanut versus the no flash Jhin. It's a good choice here from Peanut, picking the right lane.
Yeah, I actually think that top lane move was really, really forced. They use one of the biggest tools they have in the early game is that first Shen ultimate. No Stand United to be able to turn the map around on the other side, and Smeb was able to get out without burning any summoners. So definitely a good job by Smeb avoiding that, but a bit of a force on the top side.
Absolutely. Liquid now in a bad spot, but a nice magical journey away. You talked earlier during Champ Select about how difficult it is to dive onto Rumble with the ulti. He had used it in a trade against Smurf. They thought this is our opportunity. Maybe we can dive him now with the ulti down. Of course, it did not work, and sadly, Stain Medivh was not able to be used to save their bot lane as Miracle got dived not long ago.
I remember Rumble is a bit of a bruiser, also with the Doran shield early. It's hard to take him down with some of these tanks. A lot of damage here from Kuro onto Kira.
Opening in, not a lot of CC left though as Kuro is running away. Ghost is on Kira, gets some decent damage, puts the pull down for a slow, and that means Graves is in range. Kuro does not have the ability to get out, and that is a kill for PvP Stejos. Albus Nox keeping it up 4-2 in kills.
Stejos is kind of on fire in this game after the first jungle invade. He is also the shot caller for the team. So this bodes well for them as he starts to head bottom lane. Bardo doesn't land, but they land
it on the Gorilla, into the root, into the damage output, and the crit gets the kill. Out the goes the magical journey. Prey actually forcing him out 1v3, but still, Albus Nox finding the kills.
Yeah, I like to see it as a jungler who's just ganking every single lane, and the Tigers actually saw him leave the mid lane, and then Gorilla still stayed around the river without flash.
Not respecting the crits. Bard definitely
the zoning ulti
them.
from the Bard, of course, into the Q stun near the wall. Smurf, he's taking a lot of damage again.
Wow, walking still. The equalizer never getting off the carpet, but he will at least survive the encounter. Teleport is going to be up very shortly. He should be able to survive at all. See something else.
And you pointed out there, the ulti from Shin before here, Kobe. There's no TP from Smeb, so you need to make a play in the bottom lane. If you're Albus, just go all in here. You can even bot ulti the tower and just use that Shin stand united to force that dive and get the kills on the bottom lane. You can see Peanut, he knows it's gonna happen. He's around.
Here comes the attempt, gets the bounce back onto the wall. Peanut, here's the ulti in from the Shen as well. Jumps to the wall, ulti to get him into range and a flash to get out of the taunt. Liquid still wants to chase down Exhaust on the Prey, looking for the moment and not gonna get that Tempered Fate, sadly. Just a quick dodge out. And Rox Tigers able to slink away pretty easily. Smurf out of his lane, getting killed.
Oh, he ghosted also. That was both summoners. They're going for Peanut.
Looking for the play out of him. He's going to land the top flash. They're going to get the damage with Hemo Plague, and Kira does get himself the kill. Smeb cannot join for 20 more seconds. Looking now for the play. Can they get it? The culling actually not going to land much from Prey. He's clearing the minion wave away. Kira runs out of health and actually gets pops out. And now Kuro's joining the battle as well. Stejos still gets the first kill, but trades his life forward. This is going better and better for Rox Tigers as Prey is chasing down to find some of his own. The quick slow trap's gonna get him out of range. Smeb can join. The snipe from Kuro turns it around and ties up the gold.
Remember, that was all 4 versus 5 as well. As the Visual pointed out ahead of time, Smeb did not have teleport.
To make sure that the eventual tower dive is deadlier. And in fact, there were 2 kills because of the turret putting out damage. So Nerves of Steel for Prey, who made the right call in a tense situation, could have shot on Miracle, didn't kill the minions instead.
And now once again, Liquid has his ulti ready on this Bard here. He missed the 2 ultis he's used so far. Now it's the Tigers with the TP advantage.
Smurf cannot join, a beautiful equalizer, and here come the kills. The kills are just that now, 7-7. And Smeb is still on the chase. Good dodge in the bubble. Stejos not going to lose his life just yet, but a 2 for 0. And that is efficiency. That is a solid, great game.
Quick 2 kills, but they're not out yet.
They're not, but it's a 5v3. This is still dangerous, but Albus Nox really wants anything here. Stejos going to clear a bit of the wave. Kira getting sniped and doesn't get a chance to pool or anything. Another beautiful kill by Rox Tigers as Kuro clears the wave, makes Stejos run away.
Now, the big important thing is they're going to also turn this into the first turret plus the first Drake, as Ocean Drake is ready and awaiting for them.
Yeah, and this is just a problem when you have the TP advantage. You're setting up for a play and you fail the execution, you give over kills to Rox Tigers. Well, they will naturally then get a global advantage, and they use it instantly. You see the setup here. They did what Albus was supposed to do before, push in the wave first, then move in behind the tower. You don't want to go early MR against Jay, so you actually just rush Proto Build. It's a very aggressive build. It's not really tanky at all, and he can go down very, very quickly. Kira, though, just aiming for a bit more damage than his all-ins, which is really the only place he can use that Proto Build. Right now, he's getting some good poke down. Problem is, you had your chances. Honestly, you had moments where you could get a bigger lead.
5 members converging mid.
Marksman around the sports as well. Kira's going to run out of health pretty rapidly. Nice bit of culling damage. Now the equalizer, and it's actually going to tag Liquid. He's going to magical journey over the wall. But Albus Nox keep their members alive if injured. Dodging the shock blast, and now towards the turret goes Rox Tigers, down to 2/3 HP on that one, still putting a few more hits in. And another dodge, just Temperance Fate's not landing the targets. Deficio puts out 3 in a row so far that have missed their mark. Rox Tigers continue the mid lane siege. Smeb missing an ultimate, but who cares? Kuro can still land all the snipes. Kira going in for the dive, looking for damage on the Peanut. Gonna dodge the shock blast as well. Who are they gonna find? A quick taunt in from Smurf. Kuro low on HP. A great stun's gonna land, and Kira getting himself the kill. That's 1 for 0 so far to Albus Nox. They keep the turret alive as well. Nicely played.
Yeah, what a nice engagement. Great coordination. Chaining that CC onto Kuro. He had a few seconds on this flash here. Couldn't escape. Mid lane.
Oh, another chase in. What? That was over aggressive. Albus Nox chose that fight, and they lost their lives for a 1 for 0. This time to Rox Tigers. Not going to get stunned. Peanut expected him to juke right, but he did not do so. Low on HP. They've got to be aware of the fact that a dive could happen. Peanut walking up. Lands an auto attack. Wow, Seho's flash because he was that afraid. And that will be in the turret. 2-0 now in turrets. Rox Tigers at 4,000 gold.
As we can see there, you know, the turret changes where Peanut's still in tower range, gets off an auto, even though his target is not. It does take targets, or turret aggro. Then he is Elise, so you can repel. No harm, no foul.
I mean, again, we get to see, let's call them nerfs. You know, you see an animation from Elise, you think it's a cocoon, he just flash away instantly. Obviously, Rumble was also showing up, and now Smurf, he's in trouble.
Versus 2, reinforcement coming from the right-hand side, but he's only so durable. Gets away from the shock blast, puts the shield right back on, and puts in the dodge zone. He's going to survive it, and gets away from the gank. Bit of low HP on all sides. No kills.
Okay, to defend, Smurf stays alive. Normally when you play Shen...
Oh, the cocoon into the equalizer, into all the damage they could possibly need. A flash chase by Peanut gets the kill.
Deficio confirmed, not time traveler. Not able to predict. Here we go, though. Stejos
play a nice bubble, hits the Graves. Not going to find much more just yet, though. The chase in, dodges to flash away from the roof, but how much more can the re-engage really do? Liquor's running out of HP. He's going to go down. Stejos going to be next, and Rox Tigers continue to win fight after fight. 12-8 the kill score now. Again, between 10 and 20 minutes, they are explosive. You're seeing it once again right here. The chase out of the turret. Kira 1v1 against Prey, and Prey comes out victorious. 6-0-2 for Rox Tigers 80 carry.
Nobody's left around either. Rox Tigers can push up 2 lanes right now and take down some more turrets. 18 minutes into the game, tier 2s are falling quickly.
Want to see how the Rox Tigers had to fight for it in the early game, but now they just keep making the correct calls. They win these engages. Another crit coming in from a Miracle, but just not enough. And the Tigers have been able to react. Yeah. Crazy start, you know, the absolute best AD carries we have here in the world. And that's the thing with Rox Tigers, you know, we have so many of these players on these top 20 lists because so many of them are just star players in a row. Kuro is going to take down his tower on Smurf.
You sell out. Instantly turn that into a plug for your top 20 list.
Go check it out.
All right. Well, Albus Nox able to run away. What, do Rox have, what is it, 4 players in the top 20?
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they do.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned it. Sponsored by Kobe.
Get me out of here.
All right, well, so far.
Been hitting Dolby's on bot. Early game, he had a lot of opportunities against his army with no flash. Sadly, couldn't execute.
Plus, one of the main problems for ANX at the moment has been that the Tigers have been collapsing on fights far quicker. Tigers have 3 to 4 people collapsing almost instantly anytime you see any sort of action. As you said, that bottom lane dive. As soon as the Bard Magical Journey came out and they saw the Graves, mid lane and jungle instantly traversed down to the bottom side of the map. And it's very hard to catch them, you know, off guard and catch them out of position.
That was a blue buff going over to the Albus Nox jungle. He stay host playing Graves here, and this is to land the damage amid the smite from Peanut. Still, blue buff was not enough to withstand a 9,000 gold lead push coming in 20 minutes in. Rox Tigers putting their emphasis on the bot lane. Smeb at the top side, but he has teleport so he can join the squad. 1, 0, and 4, their lane assignments. As they look to push in a bot lane tier 2, the minion wave is here. A lot of culling damage. Shuttering the Graves, pushing him out. And there is the 6th straight unanswered turret by Rox Tigers.
Very easy now for them to play this 1-4 comp with just a top laner sitting alone. You can see Smeb moves from top lane to mid lane. He can then go back to top lane later and keep 2 lanes pushing towards ANX's base here, and then the rest of the Rox Tigers can just keep hitting these turrets here as a group.
Looking for the Gorilla. Gonna land a bit of a stun on a Gorilla. They're looking for it now. Kira into the back line, finding what they can, but wow, Prey is gone like he's already picked off the Bard. Now the dive in the back line, but they've killed off Prey. Smeb pops Zonia's Hourglass, pretty kills back and forth, low HP on all sides, and an overdrive by Rox Tigers. They've lost 3. Now Kuro's in the mix, looking for more with Peanut. Smurf now trying to trade it back. It's only 1 member alive for Albus Nox.
How are you gonna get out?
Did get a bit more. Now Gorilla on the trade. Nice dodge on Cocoon. One more attack will do it. Smurf gets himself the kill. Chased down by Peanut. And it's the last man standing. Rock's newest player, their jungler, Peanut, looking to knock down an inhibitor.
Peanut wins the game. He's the only one left alive. He's not going to take the objective, though, because Crit right back up.
Gotta say, though, for
Staying AoE, coming Kira.
Got to get that Vlad ult right as they
Right
get out
in
of the
the
Tempered
middle.
Fate.
it is kind of crucially important that Rock's Tigers don't have any real tanks. They're playing this Nami support. Peanut is building pretty heavy ability power. He's going towards Rylays, which is only semi-tanky. Smeb, again, building as a mage as well. So those chance picks are actually more effective here by Albus Nox because the opponents are squishier.
That's why we're seeing them die when they jump into enemy base. No one can tank the turret. They do chase him off the red buff here with the culling from Prey, and they defend their pink wards as well. You talk about setting up for Baron. They've got full control of the red quadrant of the jungle, and they're just looking to pick somebody up.
Yeah, and while we can see Rock's Tigers, of course, have a little bit of fun, taking some very aggressive fights, diving into the base. We still get to see some of the things that you expect.
Oh,
well.
flank here from Smeb.
Looking
Is
for
it?
the push.
Who's
Smeb on
flanking
one
who?
side, who he's going to find, and now he's going to get a little bit surrounded. Equalizer comes in looking for a miracle, gets the shot, ultimate gets blasted anyway. There's the kill picked up, no damage coming across, 2 for 0. Kira likely to be next up on this one as Smeb kites back. Prey in a battle with Smurf. Just no damage really dealt on either side as the dodge zone drops off. There's the kill onto Smurf. That's going to be 5 kills now picked up for Rock's Tigers, the ace in front of the base. Only 24.5 minutes in, looking to push it down mid.
Can also just take the Baron here, removing that way to come back in the game.
Yeah.
Of course, where you can try and steal the Baron or take a fight around it. They will just secure this one very, very easily. We're only 25 minutes into the game, so at this point, getting the Baron is super, super important.
Yeah, I think if it were 35 minutes in, you'd see them try to end the game instead, but the recall's fast enough, the respawn, I should say fast enough by Albus Nox, they'd only get the inhibitor and force the recall. This is...
The Baron setup's like, they're not taking any chances. It's like full vision coverage, don't engage in anything stupid around the jungle when you have to set up for Baron, and then just slowly choke out the enemy and make sure if they have to fight you, well, they're going to do it without any vision. They're going to have to face check, and then suddenly get caught out like you saw Miracle did before without any flash.
Now 16,000 gold up, wearing a Baron buff. Really questionable Tempered Fate coming in, and that means it's an easy push now for Rock's Tigers to knock down the top lane inhibitor turret. The inhibitor itself as well. Another snipe lands onto a Miracle, chunking him down to half HP. Rock's is able to roam right back down to the mid lane. Ooh, plenty of damage coming out of Prey. Red buff in tow also. Weathering Kira's health bar down a little bit more. The Baron buff minions come in now to the mid lane. A nice stun on the Seihos. He's got to get away from this one. Kira to re-engage. Puts the pool. And he's going to deliver Shen into the back lines. Can they do enough damage though? As Peanut going to tick down with the Hemo Plague. Staying alive though. No stun on the Prey. And the re-engage still. Prey wants in. He's going to find one. Dives in for a second. And he just will not take any damage. That's the triple for him. Kuro takes one of the other ones. And now Smurf will fall. It would have been a penta. But scumbag Kuro steals it away. But that is the ace inside the base. That should be the game for Rock's Tigers to start their tournament 1-0. The tournament favorites stomping everyone in front of them, turning it on after 10 minutes and laying waste to Albus Nox. The synchronized emotes ends game 1. Congratulations, Rock's Tigers, 1-0.
Great to see them turn it on after 10 minutes when we had some good fights in the bottom lane. Sadly for Albus Nox, they could not execute when they had the global advantage, end up losing kills. And then suddenly Rocks had the advantage.